The International Criminal Court says the U.S. decision to impose sanctions on court employees investigating alleged war crimes in Afghanistan is not only an attack on the court and the system of international criminal justice, but on the interests of the victims of atrocities.
Here's a summary of the article.
The International Criminal Court says United States President Donald Trump's decision to impose sanctions on court employees investigating alleged war crimes in Afghanistan is not only an attack on the court and the system of international criminal justice, but on the interests of the victims of atrocities. These are the latest in a series of unprecedented attacks on the ICC, the Hague-based court said in a statement. These attacks constitute an escalation and an unacceptable attempt to interfere with the rule of law and the court's judicial proceedings, said the ICC. Trump signed an executive order on Thursday to block the financial assets of court employees and bar them and their immediate relatives from entering the U.S. The administration accused the court, which the U.S. has never recognized, of infringing on its sovereignty. In March, the ICC began an investigation into war crimes in Afghanistan that could involve Americans, the first time the court's prosecutor had been cleared to investigate U.S. forces. An attack on the ICC also represents an attack against the interests of victims of atrocity crimes, for many of whom the court represents the last hope for justice, the ICC statement said. Burrell Fontelles said the court was a key factor in bringing justice and peace, and that it must be respected and supported by all nations. The ICC said it welcomed a statement from the 10 ICC states that were members of the UN Security Council, a statement in which they had reconfirmed their unwavering support for the court as an independent and judicial institution.
This post received a score of 62,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Well, the US government has no interest in the victims of atrocities, so I can't say this is surprising.
Hell, we don't even appreciate victims of 9/11. You think we're going to care about international victims? Not saying I agree with it, I don't, just saying that's how it is.
To be FAAAAIR. That is kind of in the vein of American politics. During the Great Depression, First World War veterans tried to march to Washington, D.C. to get some money in the form of a certificate. Hoover's response, he sicked the troops on them, led by Douglas MacArthur. Opening square bracket.
Well, I had no clue this happened, and tanks no less, till. Thank you for sharing. Deploying tanks in this instance is a direct result of who is calling the shots right now, someone who takes every opportunity to take their little dick out and swing it around and feign toughness. I'd be so annoyed if they were rolling those things down my street. They must tear the living shit out of the roads. Dumb thing to be annoyed about, I know, it's just another item in a long list.
Pretty reasonable thing to also be upset about, honestly. We paid for those roads after all, and the tanks themselves, and the soldiers driving them, the list goes on. Imagine ordering for a meal at a restaurant, watching the owner stare you in the face while dumping it in your lap, then being told you need to say thank you and pay for that dish plus a fresh one if you're still hungry. Gov acting like we belong to them is clearly nothing new. Hopefully society is finally deciding it's time we stop accepting our meals shoved into our crotches.
Probably not. People keep giving them more power.
They just fly out a drone, bomb a village. Commit war crimes. Kids whose family and friends died in such blasts grows up hating America. US government, surprise Pikachu face.
Are you saying we can't win hearts and minds by bombing the shit out of people? Same as the police can't keep beating us until the moral of the public towards the police goes up. I am shocked, I tell you, shocked.
The beatings will continue until morale improves, could be used in lieu of to serve and protect nowadays.
The loving beatings of compassion we have given you isn't enough? You don't like it when we dominate you kindly with our boots on your necks. We're just trying to love you. Why don't you appreciate our beautiful tear gas and rubber bullets?
BDSM only works if both parties consent.
This guy's safe words.
Pineapple. Pineapple. You heard him. Lube up the pineapple.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.